Hey y'all, what's up? My name is Mizzle. You're watching my channel Mizzle 14, and I am doing a real life talk about a clip I have seen. Alright, Real House of Potomac. Y'all know I review that. Not every week. This season I haven't been doing it every week, but I do it mostly on my Instagram talk and here and some videos here and there. I'm just ready for the reunion. But the Bible, they do an after show. After every episode, they have the cast members talk about certain things of the episode, responding to the things in the episode. And this past episode 12, I didn't do a review on it, so I'm just going to talk about this. It was some things that it just got me on pause about what happened. You already know about the Monique and Candace drama, so I'm not going to rehash what happened at the freaking fight. But what I need to let people know is that that fight itself was freaking not a heated argument to result to a physical violence. It was not warranted. Candace was real dramatic, animated, said, I'm bored, I'm turning around, I'm going to sleep, like all that. She was doing all that. And to the point that Monique got to black out of that. That thing let you black out. To the point that you had to keep beating her head, grabbing her head, passing her head. That blacked out because she was twirling and said, I'm going to sleep, I'm bored, good night. Like, come on now. And y'all both were talking with your hands. And you had a whole table in between y'all, but it was no entrance to the face. People say, oh, she got in her face. No, she did not. It's a table. So she cannot get in her face. Robin got in her face. It said, hit me, hit me, hit me. Monique didn't hit her. So I'm not going to go on details about that. But what I wanted to talk about is what it was discussed. Now, they asked about why Candace wait so long to press charges. And that was the episode they talked about at the Sympathy and Wendy's Sympathy event. The lady sat at the table and Giselle brought it up about the charges. And Candace said, yes, I wanted to file an full extent of the law. You want to go to jail? Well, full extent of the law. Whatever they decide, let it start decided in the fullest extent of the law. And they had that talk. So when they did the after show, Monique said it was very childish that Candace would go that far and press charges when she took part into the altercation. Now, Candace took part in the verbal altercation between y'all two, which is not illegal. Verbal exchange between two people is not illegal. You can't sue somebody because y'all going back and forth arguing. You could sue someone when they get physical, what Monique did first. So yes, Monique is in more in the wrong for hitting Candace when they in an environment where they talk ish to each other. They shade each other. They read each other down. Who got the best read? Who shade? So if they never had security in Potomac and some of the other franchises because they never really fought like that, why will this person who can't handle the heat will resort to that violence? So you resort to physical and you expect that a person who would get in the receiving end of you beating them not to press charges or to call the police or react. She had to let it go and forget about it. She had to forget about that and not press charges. When the fight happened and the story leaked out, Candace getting attacked online. Oh, you got dragged. I heard you got dragged. You started the fight. That's what you get and all that stuff. And she got attacked numerously, continuously getting attacked. So, in this smear campaign, lying on Candace, saying a thing, and then we actually seen it, and that's not what happened. You lying the whole year, still making different stories, different things. I think that was most embarrassing to Candace. It wasn't about the fight itself. I think it was most embarrassing that after it happened, you did what you did. You lied about it for a whole year. Keep changing your story when you know the story you was going for didn't stick. So you had to change another, you had to change to another reason, and that's not sticking. Then you had to change to another one, and it was sticking. So every reason you was coming up with, it's not sticking because we see the evidence that is debunking every theory you had. So for you to say it's childish for her to press charges, it was childish for you to put your hands on her because that argument, when you had numerous heated arguments in the past arguments, I don't think that was even an argument. That was mostly like a petty drama, going back and forth with each other, clownish. that was clowning each other. And you dig that first saying she not a mom and all that stuff and going back and forth. She was getting the best of your verbal argument. For you to say it's childish for the press charges, it's childish for you to hit her. I don't care what nobody say, because Candace has a mouth. They all have mouths in the show. Yes, if y'all don't want her to come at y'all with her mouth, then don't come at her. Candace come back at you when you come at her. It has been like that since she's gotten on the show. She don't start things. You come at her, she come back at you. An environment when it's verbal exchange and arguments and sitting down and have a drama, it was a serious understanding that you won't not get physical with each other. That's why they don't have security. Hence why the producers and the cast members was breaking up the fight, because they was not expecting a fight to go that far. Hence why they didn't have security. But now we have a girl in the group who is changing all that. You changed that now. Now we have to sit down and realize what can we say to you, what we cannot say to you. We don't even know what your triggers are, because you say you got triggers and you never got that sitting done. And then last time when you had that altercation with Robin, you said the same thing about you being triggered and all that stuff. You have to learn about your triggers because I was ready to fight and I want to go that far. I want nobody to take me out my character. So you have a pattern in doing this. So for saying it's childish of her to press charges, it's childish for you to fight on a platform when fighting was not part of it. It's just like when you at work and the boss set up certain rules that you have to follow, and it's not too strict, and then somebody want to go overboard and start taking advantage and do something different, so the boss change up the rules now because that one person broke the rules, and now everybody got to suffer and do with this new strict guidelines. Now everybody's all pissed off and mad. Just like this. Y'all all arguing now. One person want to start fighting now, and now you got to sit there and know what to say, what the boundaries, how you can't cross, because she can't get no clear guidelines of what's triggering her. So it's like, in the future, when you sit down with Monique, now people can't even say nothing to you. No, now people don't want to have an argument with you. And once they get to that point, they would say, you know what, I'm not arguing with Monique because she might pop me. And now, that's the whole fear with the whole group now. I mean, some people might not feel it, but that's the dynamic. Now we can't say nothing to Monique because she might pop off. Because this girl want to fight. Now, if she want to fight so bad and she got the hood mentality, she should have stayed with the love of hip-hop. They girls do that. That's suspected. Talking mess. Now, we do understand in reality that it's some people, how they grow up, you talking smack, you do get hit because people don't go back and forth with words, so they fight. We do understand that reality. But Candace is not coming from that reality. And that's another thing that other people don't understand. Not every person who is black has that hood growing up mentality. Not every person who is black grew up with that hood mentality, means that you talk ish, we're going to fight because I don't go back and forth with words. Candace come in an environment where you go back and forth with words and they always fight and not physical. And they take the law into the matters in their own hands when you get physical because you can't fight with words. Two different scenarios and they both is black. So Monique expecting that Candace can't press charges because whatever thing and all that stuff because it's childish. You go that far when you took a part of it. Yes, she took part in the verbal altercation, but she didn't take part of you trying to hit her. She only defended herself after you grab her hair and you hitting her head. So that's when you probably got to cut lip or whatever happened during the altercation when you was going having her head down, all that stuff. And she can't see where you're going. She's swinging to get you off of her. So that's that. Now they also said something about Candace waited for Monique. They said in the after show she was waiting before she pressed charges. She was hoping that Monique apologized. Monique said it herself. She was not remorse at the time. She not feel sorry. It's only till now she's starting to realize that she shouldn't have done what she did. But even today, she still is not really saying, "Oh, she messed up completely." It wasn't. She's saying about as more than Candace, but it seemed like she's still not 100% like, oh well, like she don't feel that remorse about it. So that would lead to Candace to say, you know what? She's up here smearing her name, making lies about her, making a song about it. It's like you're not really apologizing. People attacking me, and you put this narrative, and now people is going after Candace because they don't like her. They like you. They like that survival, growing up, hood to riches, fantasy, and they like that type of story. Instead of the person who grow in money, and people always frown upon people who grow up with money. What's the wrong with that? I wish I grew up with money. Shit, you know what I mean? But easier. I had to be struggling so much. What's wrong with people growing in money? Yeah, like since Candace got in the show, it's been like that. It's like they've been targeting her because she has money. So Monique didn't show no remorse at the time it happened. And so it waited, took so long, and when she finally wants to say something, it's been too late. You had plenty of time. Had plenty of time to do that. Say, damn girl, I messed up. I shouldn't have attacked you. It wasn't about you. But no, you was glorifying that you beat Candace behind, and you were thinking that the other girls gonna be on your side because they might not like Candace themselves. But now you realize that didn't happen. So now you're on your own, and people don't want to be around with you now because we don't know when you're going to pop off. And that's a sad thing to go, because if you're in an environment where it's a one set of culture, and if somebody go outside that culture, and now they still around you, now you got to be like, oh my gosh, now you're going to be pins and needles. You don't want that to happen. All right, so then they was talking about Candace being bullied online. I think that's the part of why she went to press charges, because she get getting bullied. You lied. You started the fight. You did this. You went childish. You did all that. You smeared her, lied on her, said that she started the fight when you clearly started it, lied, and now she getting bullied online, and it's not stopping. And to this day, it's continuing. So she had to do what she had to do. And that's a part of the consequences when you get an adult. When you are children and you teenagers, that might be good. But when you're getting older, you have kids, you have family and stuff, your reputation is more important. And then how you grew up. Yes, how you grew up. But at the same time, they should have told you that it's consequences of when you fight when you get older. People don't care about, oh yes, you're talking smack, that's fine. You did what you do. No. People don't care about that. Do that in your job. Have somebody, co-worker, we have co-workers that we don't like. They talk smack, you want to pop them off. I bet you will be fired. HR don't care. They don't care how popping off they say. They can say all the type of things to you. Once you put your hands on someone, they letting you go. Because you're violent. You're out of control. And then now that's on your record, and then when you try to find another job, they will say, why you got fired from your last job? Because I was fighting. Now they go to like, okay, should I hire this person because they want to fight? So, miss me all that. The hood when I grew up. Yeah, then when I grew up, that's cute when you're a teenager. But when you're an adult, people don't look at that, you talk Papa Jump. Who hit first? You can't go in the courtroom saying, oh, she talked smack, she talked to me, and she told me to drag her, she did all that. They're going to look at you crazy. I said, oh, so because she said this, you did that. All right, whatever. Now, Ashley and Monique was alluding to Candace to go that far and they even think about her kids or her livelihood and her situation is troubling. I said, first of all, what's troubling with that statement what y'all both said is that Monique didn't think about her 3 kids and her livelihood and her situation and her businesses when she wanted to attack Candace. She didn't think about that. But Candace had to think about your kids and focus and worry about your livelihood. You didn't think about that when you attacked her. So she had to think about that when she filed charges? No. It's consequences for your action when you hit someone. Them popping off, when it's a culture when they popping off, it's not going to get you by when you want to move forward and people don't want to be around with you. because you're a liability. So if you hit someone, there are consequences, and not everyone will let walk away. Some people will, who got that same mentality as you, Monique. Some people will not. Some people say, "Oh, you put your hands on me, I'm going to the law. I'll call in the cops," and that's the reality. So the same way you thinking that people have the mouth, yes, people have mouths. They will fight. Candy seem to know that. Some people will fight because they don't have the verbal intelligence to go back and forth with you. So maybe you need to learn to say, you know what, whatever. I'm not saying that because I know you're going to want to try to get there with me. I walk away. Just walk away. The best thing you could do to someone who's getting aggressive to you or you is walking away because they gonna look stupid, not you. They may call you a punk and all that stuff. I say, yeah, I'd rather be a punk, but I'm not gonna let you put me out my character when I'm gonna be in behind bars and or I'm getting pressed charges and I gotta pay a lawsuit, whatever, because I'm baited to do something stupid, childish when we was taught when we was teenagers. No, I'm not doing all that. So, Monique, you should have thought about your own kids. Candace is not responsible to think about your kids when she presses charges. You did that. You have consequences. Now, if you met someone else that's not Candace who was about it like you probably be the wrong one. You probably get dead 6 feet under because you mess with the wrong one who don't care about you hitting them. Or you might meet the right one who, just like Candace, who will press charges and the quickness. And then you probably lose. And you probably put up money or you might go to jail time. And the family have to see you in behind the bars. That's the reality. So you come in here thinking that, oh, we black women, we this and that and this and that, and she shouldn't do that and all that stuff like that. No. Because not everyone grew up the same way. Not everyone grew up in the hood. And not everyone grew up in the country club. They're both sides of the spectrum. So you got to know who you're dealing with when you want to fight people. Okay? And know that there are consequences for you fighting people. Period. It's consequences. So if you grow up and think there's no consequences for what you do and that person just doesn't say nothing, that's wrong. And no one is going to be responsible for your livelihood and your family but you. So when you decided to put your hands on someone, you discarded your own kids and your family when you wanted to fight someone because you wanted to fight with someone and you had no reason for fighting them. But you had no remorse either. So that other person don't need to respond, is not responsible for your kids. You should have been all about that. So it's not childish for her to do that. And it's not cowardice for her to do that because she doing what she feel is right because you haven't felt sorry. You didn't apologize. You kept going. You was laughing about it. You was glorifying it. So that's it. And Ashley, the blindly supported Monique, and when she was not there, I said, listen, girl, if you wasn't there, you don't have nothing much to say. You only going by what Monique said. All you heard was going back and forth, but you don't know what happened. You don't know how it started. You just heard argument. That's it. So if you want to be Monique's side, be Monique's side. But don't be coming in here and trying to act like you know what's right, what's wrong, what's fact on his opinion, and all that stuff like that. You was not there. You did not privy to what happened. You did not know that your best friend, your friend, one who started the fight, she was wrong. She messed up. She blacked out. Called her on it. So be blindly against thing, and you want to be writing a statement for Monique, be a character witness, whatever, because y'all want to go off of how Candace is this aggressive person. Candace is not that aggressive until you come at her. And that butter knife everybody keep going about, listen, she told Ashley to get out of her house numerous of times, and Ashley kept coming back to her house. How calm will you be when you told someone to get out your house and they keep coming back? And she did not chase Ashley with a butter knife. She had it in her hand, she was talking like this, and then it threw and it went on the floor. It didn't even go in the direction of Ashley. It did not hit Ashley. It didn't go towards Ashley because Ashley looked at the knife like this. So it wasn't going anywhere. It just went down. Now if it was coming at her, she would not look like this. She would look like this. So no, it didn't go any further. So I don't know why everybody going with this freaking butter knife stuff. Stop that. That's not justification for Monique. That's not. And Monique was trying to use that. I know that shit with the knives. It's like, no. Stop it. Stop it. That wasn't even that serious. So, but let her keep doing that for somebody else in different states. If they would have shot her, they'd probably be in the right because you keep trespassing. But that's it. I'm just saying that nobody responsible for your livelihood and your kids but yourself. So think about that before you want to start fighting people. And that's going to anybody. So that's my take on it, y'all. Tell me how y'all feel about this. I'm not nobody's side. I like Candace. I like Monique. But what's right, it was right. What's wrong, was wrong. Yes, they're both verbal, arguing back and forth. Monique took it far by physical. And now that changed the whole dynamic of Potomac. Okay? Please like, comment, subscribe to my channel. Tell me how y'all feel about this review. And I'll talk to y'all later. Alright? Peace.